Hey all, Mr. Lagergren here. So unfortunately, I am going to be out again today. So I'm just going to go over your 6.4 task with you a little bit. Hopefully that can get you started. If you look on the daily plan here, Tuesday is a work day on it as well as Wednesday. But do not forget that Thursday and Friday are egg drop days. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow and I can talk a lot about that. But I want to make sure you're prepared to have a work day today. So I'm going to go through that 6-4 task. Now, yesterday, hopefully you got a chance to look at this lesson, which was all about describing trade-offs. So right away you see a Twix and a Snickers. Um, Sometimes this is an easy decision. Sometimes we have to dig a little deeper. Later on in the lesson, it looks at 4 different categories, breaking down some toilets. So it compares a Kohler toilet to an Aquasource toilet, and it looks at the cost, durability, features, and performance. And you can see on this nice little grid which one was better. So toilet 2 had the better features, toilet 1 had the better cost and performance, and toilet 2 had the better durability. Now, the toilet was the topic that I chose throughout this project or throughout this unit. This task, I'm actually going to let you choose whatever you want. And I actually suggest you do not stick with whatever you have chosen already and that you pick something new. And here's why. On Schoology, I have provided my example on there, and it's right here. And I want you to choose something that you would love to purchase someday. So this is actually mine from last year. And I was looking at purchasing 2 different bows to go hunting with. So I was looking at a Hoyt bow versus a Matthews bow. Now, I needed to do some research, and you'll have to do some research. But you can choose any 2 comparable items in a variety of categories. I've had people choose 2 different cell phones. I've had people do 2 different video game systems. Choose something that you would in the future love to purchase, realistic or not. So choose 2 different things in the similar category. Now, when I did the research, I went to Shields.com and I pulled up both of these bows side by side, and I wrote down some things. So upon my research, I figured out that the Hoyt bow was lighter in weight. It was 4 pounds versus 4.3. For how mobile I am, that makes a big difference. Cost was an easy comparison. So I highlighted that one. Performance, I looked at the speed, and the Hoyt bow shot quite a bit faster than the Matthews bow, at least the one I was looking at. And then the durability was about the same for each, so I didn't highlight anything there. At the end, I just wrote a quick sentence, and I just said I would rather purchase the Hoyt bow because it has better performance and features. And even though it costs more, that's the one I went with. Now, what I want you to do, again, is to choose 2 comparable items and kind of copy down what I did with your own research. So I went through and I highlighted the better area, and all I did was when you click here, right up here, that's the highlight tool, and then you can highlight that box. Ooh, did I do it wrong? Oh, over here. You can highlight that box and get rid of it. So that tool right there. And I chose green to show which one was better. I think my sentence was pretty boring. So you could say why you chose that a little bit better. And I think you could go more in depth here. I do want to go through the requirements though for you. And that was on the bottom of your lesson. So if you scroll all the way down here, and I remember always want a 3. So your 4 categories were the 4 that are built in there. That's these: features, cost, performance, durability. Those are your 4 categories, and I do want you to use all 4 of those on there. Then two products compared. So I chose to compare a Hoyt bow and a Matthews bow. The other part is the explanation of which product was better in each category given that shows thoughtful decision making. So what this means is I showed which one was better and actually did the research to prove it. For example, this is cheaper than this, making this box green. Okay, that was my research, it proved it. Down here, don't worry too much about this. I do want good mechanics as always, so make sure there's no red lines on there. What your assignment will look like, and it is on Schoology, right here, the 6.4 task, which one? It's just blank, okay, and it has that built in. Your title can be whatever type of item you have, and then get rid of these two items and type in specifically what item you want. Do your own research, and then write a sentence down here telling me which one is better. Now, if I go back to the grid here, some of you really love to exceed. And I think exceeding is awesome, but it's always optional. This is going above and beyond. You would have to think of a fifth category and compare 3 different products. Now for me, I think this could be easy because I love bow hunting, and I could easily add something else on here. And what I'm going to do is to kind of show you how I would pull this off. I'm going to right click here, and I'm going to insert a column to the right. And now what I could do is I could type in my third bow, and I could think of a third brand, and there's tons of third brands that I could look at here. And then I only need to highlight 1 green per row. Now another kind of category, I mean, now you're thinking of, and I'm going to right click and I can insert a row below. Now here is where I could think of maybe something bow specific to go in there. Like for me, it could be color. And that could go kind of with features, but features is pretty broad. But what could you think of that would be specific to archery, for example? I don't know. So lots of options to add on there, and that's how you would exceed. Obviously, if you include less, then you would not be exceeding, and you could go with a 2 or a 1 there. You're going to have all day to work on this. We will have some time tomorrow. I'm hoping to check in and see how much you get done today. And then I'll find out if you need more time to work on it. But I think you can get a good chunk of it done today. Hope to see you all tomorrow. Good luck and have fun.